Hello, Mr. Van Damme's class. How are we? Today is day 5, and today I'm going to show you a couple of things we can do to help with our addition and our subtraction strategies. So we're going to work out of our math. I call it the playbook, our math notebook, our math playbook. Our first notes we had were regrouping notes. And then we're going to turn just to the next page, not on the back side, but right on this nice, fresh, blank page, all the way up at the top. We're going to write down, and again, if you'd like to copy along with me, that's fine. Or if you would like to just use the picture that I will put at the end, you can just copy from that picture. So this is addition and subtraction strategies. Now these are just going to be ways to add and subtract a lot quicker. And I'm going to put this word right up here, and we're going to do like a no smoking sign with it. We're going to cross off fingers, because a lot of times we can count 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, yeah, 5 plus 7 is 12. We're going to try to avoid using our fingers. It's a bad habit. A bad habit you constantly go to. You don't know how to add those numbers. You don't know them off the top of your head. You're just going to use your fingers. Well, let's try to get rid of that bad habit, boys and girls. And some of you might have already mastered your addition. You're good at this. This might be just a little refresher, an easier way to help yourself with these strategies. So the first two strategies that I'm going to show you are addition strategies. So our addition strategies, the first one is called doubles plus minus 1 or 2. And even you could say plus or minus 1, 2, or 3. So let's show you how this strategy works. The name of this strategy is simply called doubles plus 1, or doubles plus 2, or doubles minus 1, or doubles minus 2. So the strategy sounds a little confusing, but you'll see right at the end of this. Very important that you write this down too. Now, a lot of you might have these down. I don't know your multiplication yet, how you're doing. You should, by 4th grade, know how to double a number automatically. Automatically. So that would be like taking all these numbers and simply multiplying them by 2. So 2 times 2 would give me 4. 2 is, if we double it, it becomes 4. 3 becomes 6. 4 becomes 8. 5 becomes 10, and so on. 12, 14, 16, and 18. And I'm not going to put my 10 in there, because if you're adding 10 plus 10, it's going to give us 20. So we're going to have these as things that you need to know. So I'm going to write down memorize. So if you don't know your doubles off the top of your head, this is something that you're going to have to work on the days that you're away from me. Studying this playbook, looking at, okay, what is 2? 2 times 2 is 4. 6 plus 6 is 12. We have to know lickety-split, fast, because this strategy doesn't work if you don't know your doubles. So here's how this strategy works. And I'm going to put 3 questions, as are you, on how this works. And notice I'm going to use the number 6 for all of these. So here's how this strategy works. Again, notice how we're not going to use our fingers. We're not going to go to that bad habit and go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Nope, let's not do that. We're going to do doubles. So we're going to pick one of these numbers. It doesn't matter which number you pick. But you pay attention. If you pick the lower number or the higher number, either one, go ahead and double it in your head. So let's take the 6. I'm going to take 6. So if I know in my head right away that 6 and 6 plus 6 gives me 12. Well, boys and girls, if I know it 6 plus 6 gives me 12, well, 6 and 1 more plus 1 more gives me 13. Now, what if you pick 7? What if you went with 7 and you doubled 7? 7 and 7 is 14. minus 1 more would give me 13. So no matter what number we pick there, boys and girls, we doubled that number. So we're just going to put our little thought bubble here. So if 6 plus 6 gives me 12, plus 1 more gives me that 13. Okay? And I do want that in your notes, guys. I know it's a lot, okay? But that's what your brain's thinking. You're going to look at that number automatically, double it, 12. Well, 12, 6 and 6 is 12, so 6 and 7 must be 13, okay? So notice how these numbers were only 1 away from each other. That's why I'm going to say plus 1 or minus 1. In this case, 6 and 6 was 12. I'm going to plus 1, or the other one, 7 and 7 was 14. I'd minus 1 to get down to 13. Okay, notice, no fingers involved, no fingers involved. The next one, a same strategy. You could pick the 6 or you could pick the 8. It doesn't matter. Just make sure whatever one you pick, you're going to, know to go up or to go down. So I'm going to pick again, let's do that 6. So 6 and 6 is 12. This time, I'm not going to add plus 1, but I'm going to add plus 2. Hopefully you realize these numbers are 2 apart from each other. So that'd be 6 plus 6, which equals 12, plus that 2 more. Quick mental math in our head, that's 14. One of my personal favorite things to do when numbers are 2 apart from each other, so like 6 and 8, they're 2 away from each other. What's the middle in the number? The middle number, 7. Well, what's 7 and 7? Boop, 14. So that's another trick that I do in my head. When I see that these two numbers are far apart, and this is a common one that kids always get hung up on when, or they go right to their fingers. 6, 7, 6 and 8. What's the middle number? 7. 7 and 7, 14. So that's just another way. But again, works the opposite way here with the 8. Let's go 8. 8 plus 8, 16. Now this time I'm not going to add 2 more. That wouldn't make sense. I have to go down 2 more. So that would be 16 minus 2, which would be, again, 14. So this strategy, boys and girls, works. You don't have to show this work when you do this in my classroom. This goes on in your brain. This is what's going on in your brain. Quick, look at that number. Boom, 6 and 6 gives me 12. So if 6 and 6 gives me 12, 6 and 1 left gives me an 11. Okay? So I'm not going to show that work on this one. We're going to get going on our next strategy, but that's your first addition strategy. So we're going to put a plus sign. That's an addition strategy. Your second addition strategy is simply ways to get 10. And 10 is what we call a benchmark number. 10 is a very workable number, and this is why I like to add to get to 10, because then I can add 10 plus 9, 10 plus 7, 10 plus 6, 10 plus 4 very quickly. 10 plus 4, 14, 10 plus 7, 17, 10 plus 6, 16, because that's very easy. So when you get these numbers, a good way to chunk them is to look for ways to get 10. So here we go. Simple ways to get 10 would be 9 and 1, 8 and 2, 7 and 3, 6 and 4, and yes, this one also follows our doubles. 5 and 5 gives me 10. Okay, so quick example of how this strategy works. I'm going to do the same thing with 5 and 6. Well, 5 and 6 could work because I know that 6 and 4. I know 6 and 4 is a way to get 10. I've memorized that 6 and 4 gives me 10. So if 6 and 4 gives me 10, 6 and 5 gives me an 11. How about, let's try another one, 7 and 4. Whoa, okay, I could do doubles, but then these numbers are really far apart. They're 3 apart. I'm going to just go ahead and go, oh, I know what 7 and 3 is. 7 and 3 is 10, so 7 and 1 more, 11. So it's very similar to our doubles. The only way we're doing is we're using 10 as a benchmark. We know that these things below here all give me 10. Okay, and then the next one, 8 and 3. It's funny that the answers are all 11, but I know that 8 and 2 gives me 10, so 8 and 3 would give me 11. All right. You'll also see this strategy works really well, boys and girls, when we're adding larger numbers. So say I had 7 plus 3 plus 9 plus 1. Don't try to add 9 and 3 together and then add the 7 and 1 together. Chunk these. 10, 10, ooh, 20. There's my answer. Okay? And with addition, you can kind of go wherever you want. So if these numbers were mixed up a little more, say the 9's over here and the 1's was still here, you can go 9 and 1 is 10, and 7 and 3, 10, 10 and 10, 20. Okay, that way we're not sitting here using our fingers counting up. So those are my 2 addition strategies to help you. I'm going to call this a little break in the action. We're still on the same note page, but now we're going to fall into what's known as your subtraction strategies. So your easiest subtraction strategy will be the 9's trick. Now don't get this confused with the multiplication 9's trick, but the 9's trick is where you have anything plus 9. So let's say 9 plus 3, 9 plus 7, 9 plus 8. Let's do one more, 9 plus 6. This 9's trick is simply called drop 1, add a 1. So watch me fly through this. So when you are adding 9's, 9 is very close to, when you're adding, I'm subtracting here, boys and girls. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I did mine in pen. I'm going to have to white these out. I'll white these out on there, but for now, I'm sorry. We're subtracting here. No, we were adding. Oh my goodness. My brain is fried here. We're going plus. 9's trick is our adding trick. I'll white this all out. You have an eraser. I'll white this out too, and I'll white this out, and I'll make it look nice and neat for you guys here. Sorry, this is an addition trick still. So 9's trick, we drop 1, add a 1. So here's the strategy. Ignore your teacher's blunder there. So if I know these are very close to 10, this is how this strategy works. I know that 9 and 3 is going to work for this trick. So I'm going to take this here, drop 1. What happens when I take the 3 and drop 1? It becomes a 2. Now I simply add a 1 in front of it. Drop 1, it's a 6, add a 1 in front of it. Drop 1, it's a 7, put a 1 in front of it. Drop 1, it's a 5, put a 1 in front of it. And that's how you would answer those questions with 9's. Now again, these would also fall in for your doubles. You could do your doubles trick for this one, but there you go. There's your addition strategies. Oh, so sorry I did that break in the action too early. So here comes your real break in the action. I'll show you on the whiteout. Should use pencil, Mr. V. And here comes our addition, our subtraction trick, which is funny because it is simply use your addition. Now, those of you who are very good at adding, so you know these top 3 strategies really, 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 really well, you're going to find out that you're going to use your addition. So, for example, let's say I have 17 minus 9. Don't go to those fingers, 17, and counting backwards. Don't do that. In your head, how are you going to solve this? You're going to think of it as addition. So 9 plus what gives me 17? So in my head, I know the 9's trick really well. I know that 9 plus 8 is going to give me that. Okay? And then I again check my work just by in my head. 9 plus 8 gives me 17. Okay? So this works when we're doing our regrouping. So let's do 947 minus 89. So this is from our first lesson. Mr. V is going to correctly regroup, and you're going to see a 17 minus 8 in here. And watch me kind of just fly through this one here using my addition to help me subtract. Okay, the best subtraction strategy I can give you is know your addition like this. Know these strategies up here. So let's not use our fingers. Let's go ahead and make sure we know what doubles plus or minus 1 or 2 is. Let's say we know how to get 10 and we know our 9's trick. So now let's use our addition to help us with that. So here comes my regrouping. Give 10, take away 1. Give 10, take away 1. So now I'm all subtracted. I'm all regrouped, so I'm ready to subtract. Watch how I go. I put my brain right on this 9. I don't go up to that 17. I don't like going down. I like to think about if I'm at 9, how can I get up to 17? Well, I know my 9's trick really, really well. I know that 9 and 8 give me 17. Same thing here. I know that 8 and 5 give me 13. And I know Obviously, that's an easy one. 8 minus 0 is 8. Okay, so that concludes our about 15-minute lesson. I apologize for the pen, guys. I'll have to get an erasable pen or something. I will make this look a lot neater when you see the photo. And if you were copying along with me, we wanted these to be addition signs, and then I changed them. There's addition signs, and then we want this breaking the action to be gone, because there's top 3 strategies are addition, and then the last strategy, use your addition. So the key point here, boys and girls, is learn these facts. You learn these 3 strategies, and you will find yourself subtracting a lot more fluently, adding a lot more fluently, and not using our fingers. Fingers are great. I love them. Just don't fall into that bad habit. Fingers aren't great for math. Fingers aren't great. Don't love them. Use that smart brain of yours. Bye.